Doesn't matter. It's no tolerance. We've been through this over and over and over. At what point do you get it, Mr. Jones? This is, how many bond violations do we have here now?
I believe this will be the third.
No.
Last time, I believe, Judge. That's why it's 7502.
Because I was generous with the two portion, but it's not just two, Ben. We've had probably 5 or 6 bond violations. All I know is that you are testing positive. You're in violation of your curfew again. What am I supposed to do? Just continue to let you go?
No, I understand that, Your Honor, but I don't know what I can say about the breathalyzer, sir, because I don't drink. I don't drink at all. I don't know why that the thing was doing that. I had to go back to the Smart Start place the next day, and because they have those little tubes that stick out of it.
I don't.
But I don't know. I mean, if you look at the test, you can see that I haven't failed any of my other breathalyzers, and even some of the breathalyzers will say like 1 minute it's failed, and the next minute it's like lower and then higher, and I don't know. But all I
Have
know.
a confirmation of alcohol, Felicia?
From the portable device records, yes, they were provided to everybody in the email.
Judge, I had an opportunity to look at those. Just to clarify, in regards to that, there are other instances where we do have BAC readings, Judge, and there are follow-up blows that
Those were
show.
not confirmed as alcohol consumption.
And they will say, not confirmed. But we have some that are confirmed. He's blowing on his, or he's not in.
There was not a follow-up test on this positive, Judge.
No, I'm revoking your bond, Mr. Jones. It can't continue. No, goes with you.
I don't know what I can tell you, Your Honor. I'm not drinking or doing anything. Like,
I have evidence that shows me otherwise.
Why can't-
And it's over, and it's over, and it's over, and it's over.
Can't we
This
put
is a
me on, like,
4th, 5th
the-
violation that we have, Mr. Jones.
why can't we put me on like the ankle monitor drug thing or something like that so I can prove to you that I'm not?
We had that.
I
We
never
took
had
it
that.
off.
No, I was never on that, Your Honor. I was.
Judge, if the court would consider additional conditions, Judge.
I have done everything in my power not to put him into custody. I have let him go over and over and over every time. And I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Something is going in your body that's causing it to test positive for alcohol. He goes with you. That's it. I told you last time, it's no tolerance. You're blowing your GPS, the curfew anyways. Goes with you.
Judge, if I may follow up on setting me on Mr. Jones. And also, speaking with Mr. Nayland on the case, again, I'm covering for him. My understanding was we were hoping to have a trial setting for this
Let's
particular case.
set it for trial now. It's just way too much drama for me. I'm done with it. I'm ready to put this thing to bed, and that's it. So I'll give you a trial date today. I'm setting the bond at, it's 7502 now. This thing done. Once and, yeah, I'm with you. Okay, but Mr. Martinez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have a bond violation report where it's alleged that you have consumed alcohol when we have ordered you not. No, that if I find, I will put you in a, do you understand? If you are unable to stop, I am giving you the opportunity now. If you are not able to do it, we are going to do it my way. And I promise you, you're not going to like the way that I do it. On this probation, if you do not have a license, you are not allowed to drive. If I find that you drive, you're looking at up to a year in jail. I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail and I'm going to have a hearing. And if they prove to me that you violate any of these conditions, you are looking at an entire year in custody. Not only that, but if you are not in this country with permission and you go to jail and you do anything more than 4 to 5, 6 hours, immigration sweeps it on a daily basis. You already know what the administration is doing to undocumented persons. So if you're not here, you best be on living with a halo above your head. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. you give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement with me today, you either complete it successfully and you go on your merry way, or you violate this, we issue a warrant and you're looking at up to a year in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
It is a 1-year jail sentence. I will probate it for 2 years. For you to successfully complete this thing, you must do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what conditions you may need. This doesn't say DW education class. I'm assuming it's supposed to be a DW education class,
Yes,
right?
Judge, it's supposed to be a DWI.
This needs to be
We'll
refiled.
refile it, Judge.
Are you wanting a victim impact panel?
Yes, Judge, yes, we'll refile it, so ain't gonna all that.
None of that on here.
I think what happened was Bernadette was here and she had looked at everything. And they said that because there's gonna be whatever the TRS conditions are, I think she actually had Kelsey remove those. Is that right, Bernadette?
So record, yes, sir. We would just have it as written in a note, but we couldn't put it on the legal.
Wait, is this a second or something?
Yes.
No, it's not a second. He has a pending one out of Tarrant County. That was in 2019. He was placed,
That's an open DWI right
not
now?
anymore. He is on a deferred adjudication for 22 months out of Tarrant County. He started on January 6th last month.
So he had two
Firsts is what's going on. And that's why after talking to Bernadette, that's why we did 24
And
months.
he's testing positive for alcohol now?
Yes, Judge, that's
De
why
que
we
sí,
put
su
it on the
señoría,
strand,
no
we'll have it
pusimos en
reversed
el
to Harris
día
County was
porque
because
tenía
of
el
the open
primero,
one.
porque
Or the
el otro
previously
caso,
open case.
caso
is why we
previamente
got the device.
estaba abierto. Por eso lo dimos.
He tested positive for
Salió positivo
alcohol
de alcohol
at 1:45 in the morning.
45 de la mañana.
Should I anticipate the TRES recommending civil court?
Oh, this is a second bond violation report.
Inflación de
And
días.
that's why it's
It's a
a
second
2-year.
violation. He has an open DWI in another county, and now he's consuming alcohol.
Judge, the first one was from 2019 and he didn't have court until, they didn't realize or didn't come to anyone's attention until he got this one. Then the officer told him, you have something open in Tarrant County, you may want to contact them. That's when he contacted them and then he told them, yeah, come to court for that. So it kind of fell by the wayside. I don't know what happened.
Sit for something.
Cuando
You
te
get
arrestan, te
about
dan
a
como
list of documents this high from lawyers advertising to you that you have an open case. I have to imagine that he knew about the open DWI in Tarrant County. Now he picks up another DWI. Now we're on a second bond violation report.
He's on probation over there now, Judge, and he'd be on a 2-year probation here.
uno aquí de 12.
No,
Uno,
this is not a good deal, man. I think that we're setting him up.
I think once he does the TRAS and if they recommend civil court, which they most likely will, I think he'll be getting the help that he needs. I mean, he's 25 years old. So he understands that,
Él entiende.
he'll have to,
I think that I would prefer to do
Yo
it
prefiero
first.
hacerlo
you know?
primero.
what do you mean?
Do the TRAS first so we know exactly what, because Ms. Bennett, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out the agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for 1. You need to understand that this charge is going to go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. It's going to be there, it's even there after you die. This is important because you ever get pulled over again, officers, all they do is they look at your background, and if they see a lengthy background, it's just not going to go well for you. It doesn't matter if you're falling down, piss-ass drunk. No, the mere smell of alcohol or dope, you will probably be looking at another DWI. What we're doing today, from now on, here in Harris County, you are facing, or in Texas, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Do you understand? No more proverbial slaps on the wrist. So if I were you, whatever you're going to do, don't get into a car, because it's a humongous liability that you're in, a risk that you're taking. What Max is asking me to do is to take off around $3,500 worth of fines and fees. The idea is that we all make mistakes, right? But you can't keep making mistakes where you endanger other people's lives. It's not fair. You know, when it's so easy to hit one damn button on your phone for $30 to $40, you have a car waiting to take you anywhere you want to go in this. Do you understand?
Yeah, you said.
I want you to understand one more thing. It's unacceptable the way that you have been treating us here in court. You were ordered to get an interlock. You have not had an interlock since August. It's not.
Judge, she did have it installed. There was
If it's in lockout,
I understand, and there was
it's as,
issue with the money and all that, but yes, sir, we understand.
you don't wait. If
You
you,
communicated it with me, I didn't realize there was another option, Judge. And so I'm definitely taking the heat on that. So I came in to see if we could.
I'm not going to let you. You are old enough to know that if you're ordered to have an interlock and it's not functioning, you're going to upset a judge. Do you understand?
Judge,
Just,
I'm gonna have to speak on that one, okay? Because I definitely communicate. I said, I've been employed my whole life. When this stuff started happening, especially with the stuff with the other situation that happened going on, I let him know that I can no longer afford it. I didn't know there was another option.
And I neither, I told her we need.
But, and I
since
have not-
August, she's been in lockout, Max.
I have not drove, I Ubered everywhere I've been.
It's true.
I have.
And I helped her with that as well.
Yeah, yeah.
She has. She did. But it's,
So now I'm self-responsibility for it, and I just don't want you to think that I just deliberately disobeyed an order. I didn't have a choice, and I communicated it with him. I'm taking full responsibility. So for you to tell me that, oh yeah, I mean I am old enough.
If you see, and the lawyer has been notified and still nothing is coming of it, you got to come to court. You know, when you have an interlock, it's supposed to be operational. And when it's not, that's a bond violation and it's a continued one, you know?
I understand.
Look, I'm
taking full responsibility.
preparing you for the future, you know?
Yes.
Hopefully there is none, but you can't keep it.
Also, before all of this and the federal thing, she'd never been in trouble before. So this has been like.
No, I have an assault from 2010. I've got an ag assault in 2009. I've got a gun case in 24, you know? So it's not our first rodeo.
Yeah, Judge.
It's not.
Okay.
And just,
She's like really upset about
the idea is we all make mistakes, like I told you, but don't make a mistake. I'm sorry, it's not a mistake. They're actions that you take, and you're old enough to know that actions have consequences, right? Especially when you're dealing with alcohol and a 3,000 to 5,000 pound missile that you're in. You could cause catastrophic injury, and that's what we're trying to prevent.
I understand.
All right. I am going to waive the fines and fees now, but you need to understand on a second offense, it's a minimum of $6,000 in surcharges and fines and fees if you pick up another DWI. So when people continue to make actions where they endanger other people's lives, it gets extremely expensive, not to mention costly with jail time. You understand? All right. The agreement you've worked out is 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement today, you can never change your mind. You can't say, well, I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't know this. Once you plead guilty, it stays like this forever. Do you understand? You still want to do this? How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? I'm going to find you guilty. I will sentence you to it. I'm going to waive your costs, your fines and fees. There is a license suspension that is attached to this. I am going to suspend your license. I'm going to suspend it for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck, man. Thanks, Max. Please see the clerk. Good morning, Mr. Kimball.
How you doing?
Pretty good. So I've never met you before. I don't know who you are. All I know is that your lawyer is asking me to, I'm assuming, set him a bond, right? You know, you're wanted from somewhere. I don't know for what. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm going to set you bond. I got to get to know you in the short time that I have you here to see, are you a danger to my community? If we give you a bond, are you going to go back? I have no idea. So let's get to know. Amy?
Judge, so he's wanted from Guadalupe County, New Mexico, aggravated battery against a household member with a deadly weapon. As the court knows, he's also being held in the 351st for credit and debit card abuse.
No, I had no idea. Say it.
And I believe they also just filed a motion to revoke his probation on fraud use.
He's on probation too.
Yes, and they're motioning to revoke as well. He also has 2 bond forfeitures that I'm seeing, and then he has quite a bit of history with burglaries and.
My gosh. Whoa. So since 2007, possession of marijuana, possession of a controlled substance, evading arrest, possession of a controlled substance, felon in possession of a weapon, attempted evading arrest or detention, tampering or fabricating evidence, evading arrest and previous conviction, burglary of a building, possession of a controlled substance, burglary of motor vehicle, evading arrest, credit card abuse, burglary of a motor vehicle, evading credit card abuse, possession with intent to deliver, and 1, 2, 3, 4 more burglary of a motor vehicle, failure to ID, possession of a dangerous drug. You're on probation for a fraud. You pick up a new credit card abuse, and you want me to set you a bond?
I understand. Can I please tell you something? If you don't mind me speaking.
Don't talk about the case.
I'm not talking about no case.
Okay.
I was in here, been held on the case for defendant violence in New Mexico, right? And they just got called ATW twice. They did not release me. I was not released. They sent me back to my cell, and since they didn't release me, they ended up putting a credit card abuse on me. Now, I don't know, where that falls in or whatever, they just put it on me.
So if I can give you a brief synopsis of the timeline, Judge?
Sure.
So January 15th, he waived extradition for his New Mexico case, which is why we have the fugitive. He also had a Dallas County hold at the same time, which means the Dallas.
Here's another no.
True, but Dallas County had 10 days to pick him up. So they did not pick him up in those 10 days. So let's say January.
I know that. I get it.
Let's just say, okay, so they didn't release the whole, they should have released the whole 25th. They didn't. What they did is instead, 3 days later.
Talking the Dallas County hold.
Dallas County hold. So what should have happened is that on the 25th, they released the Dallas County hold, which at that moment, there was no locals or anything pending, and they should have started the timeline for New Mexico to come pick him up. But instead, Dallas did not release the hold until I believe the 29th, because conveniently, on the 28th, the DA's office filed 2B charges on a credit card abuse from a case that they had had since November. So it just,
December. I see here, December 22nd, 2024.
I'm sorry, from December, you're right. So it just seemed like the timeline expired. And I believe Mr. Kimball's just really upset because if it should have worked like it should have worked, then, why didn't they release the holding time? Why didn't the DA's office file it? It just seems like they're sort of dragging it along. I understand that he does not have a bond on his felony cases, and they did file the MRP. He has an attorney there who is going to be requesting to set a bond there. What Mr. Kimball is asking is a bond here, even though, and I said, he's going to be making the bond there in felony. So let's say his bonds get set in felony and his bond gets set here. He wants to bond out and go to New Mexico, address that case, and then he said he'll be back and forth. He's already got the MRP and the felony credit abuse case here, but he wants to be able to fight them in the free world, and he is willing to go to New Mexico, turn himself in. I've been in contact with his mother, and I guess just because of that lapse in timeline, it's kind of like why we're here, because, in part, if you have anything else to add, I think he just feels kind of screwed by the system on this. Is there anything else, Mr. Kimball, that I missed?
Nah, did she send the video to your phone? Oh, all right.
In 2023 alone, Mr. Kimball, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In one of the misdemeanor cases, you have presumably a bond at $5,010, which tells me that you've taken off on that case as well. You're on probation. You had a hold at a Dallas for, what did he have a hold at a Dallas for?
Violation.
Out of Dallas.
You're hopscotching with the states with the criminality,
No,
man.
I
I can't.
got him. Look,